It's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. We have seen some very troubling visuals coming in from Canada. If we can play them full frame, I'd like to describe to you what exactly we are seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. The pictures come from Brampton, and you are seeing here in Brampton, this is the Canadian police, which is just using force against some Hindus, and all they are protesting is against the attack by Khalistanis on Hindu Canadian devotees at the Hindu Sabha temple in Brampton on November 5th. You're seeing the kind of use of force against Hindus in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at these pictures. This is the real issue out here. Khalistani extremists have attacked Hindu Canadian devotees, Hindus, at the Hindu Sabha temple in Brampton on the 3rd of November, ladies and gentlemen. Today, there is anger among the Hindu community everywhere, and in Canada, there is a growing realization about the way in which the Khalistanis are targeting the Hindu community. When we speak about Hinduphobia, we are often told we are right-wingers, Republic is a right-wing network, and this is our right-wing philosophy. To all those people who call us right-wing for simply speaking up for Hindus, I just want to ask them, where is it written that you become a better Hindu by accepting injustice? Where is it written that you become a better Hindu by accepting beatings, targeting? Do you become a better Hindu if you are quiet when your temples are attacked? I think not. Ladies and gentlemen, we remember when the Sherawali temple was defaced with pro-Khalistan and anti-India graffiti. This happened in Hayward, California. When we spoke about it, we were told, oh, you're a Hindu right-wing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, two Khalistani supporters had vandalized the Lakshmi Narayan temple in Canada's British Columbia. They had defaced the temple with anti-Hindu graffiti. When we spoke about it, we were told, why is Republic speaking for Hindus? My counter question to all of these people is, do they expect Republic to speak against Hindus? And if Republic does not speak for Hindus as India's leading most watched news network, then who will? Do we expect a channel from Pakistan to speak up for the situation of Hindus when there are targeted attacks against the Hindu community? Today, Hindus are facing threats across the globe. The difference from a year back and now is, a year back, if you were to speak about Hinduphobia, you would be told it's fiction. Today, it's being accepted as a reality. And after what Trump said last week, even Trudeau's been forced to fall in line. Ladies and gentlemen, Khalistani supporters had also defaced a Ram Mandir in Mississauga with anti-India graffiti. This is one of the most prominent Hindu temples in Canada. And it is not just in Canada, it's also in the United States, where in Newark, California, a Swaminarayan temple was vandalized with anti-India, pro-Khalistani and anti-Hindu graffiti. The Hindu temple's outside wall was damaged. And viewers, we remember that a saffron flag outside a Hindu temple was pulled out in Leicester in the United Kingdom. On each of these occasions, most unfortunately, I have seen large parts of the so-called mainstream media remain quiet, because it is a given assumption that the mainstream media must take an anti-Hindu position and that every grievance of the Hindu community must be dismissed as hype and an overstatement of facts. The visuals today, ladies and gentlemen, are a grim reminder of the way in which Hindus are being targeted in North America. And it's an unfortunate reality that even in India, in several places in India where we have more than 80% Hindu population, Hindus are being targeted here as well. But more importantly than all of this, the good thing is that Hindus are now consolidating, they are getting together, they are asserting themselves, and they are being vocal about it. I promise tonight that as with every other case of injustice against any other religion, Republic will stand by the Hindu community each time and any time there is a targeting of the Hindu community in India or anywhere globally. Hindus must together raise the voice and make Hinduphobia into as big an issue globally as anti-Semitism has become. Unless we do that, unless the Hindu community speaks confidently in one voice, the Hindus and their interests will be taken for granted. Let's debate.
On your screens are visuals of a Khalistani mob attacking Hindu devotees in the Hindu Sabha temple in Canada's Brampton. On your screens now are different visuals from Canada, where you can see police brutality unleashed on Hindus. This comes days after former US President Donald Trump expressed his clarion call for an end to the barbaric violence against Hindus, which shifted the global spotlight on Hinduphobia. Moments after Trump's tweet, 30,000 Hindus took to the streets in Bangladesh. But what's happening in Canada by way of Khalistani violence cannot be without Trudeau government's indulgence. Some are in fact saying that Canada is gradually turning into mini Pakistan.
पाकिस्तान जैसे जो रोज हमला करते थे वो आज तीर जैसे सीधे हुए हैं और आप उनको टारगेट कर रहे हैं। कहीं ना कहीं ये लग रहा है भी जो लोग पाकिस्तान में रहते थे वो सब शिफ्ट कनाडा में कर गए हैं। मेरी ख्याल से पाकिस्तान की जगह वो कनाडा ने ले ली है।
While some are questioning the opposition's silence on this pressing issue.
कनाडा के अंदर हिंदू मंदिरों पे हमला हो रहा है, कनाडा के अंदर हिंदुओं पे अत्याचार हो रहा है। विपक्ष का कोई नेता बोला? राहुल गांधी बोले, अखिलेश यादव बोले, ममता बनर्जी बोली? ये लोग खालिस्तानियों के साथ हैं।
The Ministry of External Affairs officially responded to media queries regarding the violence in Brampton. In this statement, the MEA condemned the act by extremists and separatists. Furthermore, India called on Canada to ensure protection of places of worship. Lastly, the MEA spoke of deep concern about security of Indians and the fact that consular access shall remain undeterred. Various Hindu groups and political factions have come down heavily upon the Brampton incident.
यह काम घोर निंदनीय है और यहीं पर आकर ये कहूँगा कनाडा सरकार ने भी सब धर्मों की रक्षा के लिए, धर्म स्थलों की रक्षा के लिए सख्त कदम उठाने चाहिए ताकि ऐसी निंदनीय और अपराधपूर्ण घटना फिर से ना हो।
मेरी सरकार से मांग है कि जितने भी कनाडा में हमारे सनातन धर्म के मंदिर हैं उनको प्रॉपर उनकी जो है सुरक्षा वहां पर मुहैया कराई जाए, सुरक्षा का प्रबंध वहां पर अच्छे से हो ताकि लोग वहां जाकर पूजन अर्चन करना ना छोड़ दें।
The Peel police announced that they have made 3 arrests connected to the Brampton incident and their identities are yet to be revealed. But the actions clearly showed the cops targeting the Hindus while being soft on the attacking Khalistani mob. As the global spotlight is now on Hinduphobia, the big question is, when will the rights of Hindus finally receive protection?
To throw more light on this, I am first joined by Naresh Kumar Chawda. We have Ambassador Deepak Vora, former diplomat, Professor Pulla Rao also with us. But we want to get a sense from Canada on what the situation is. Firstly, you see, there were 2 sets of visuals which came in from Brampton, Naresh Kumarji. The first visual was of the Sikh groups, the pro-Khalistan groups with their flags attacking Hindu devotees. That's one visual. The second we saw of very strong-arm tactics by the Canadian security, their police against Hindus. May I start with the second? Why were Hindus being targeted like that by the Canadian police when they were the victims here, obviously?
Yes, Arnab and Republic TV for inviting me. It is basically there is a consulate regular camp for Indian pensioner living in Canada, including all community, Hindu, Sikh or Muslim or whoever Indian pensioner. There is a camp going on in the temple. It's a weekend and it's a Diwali season. So our as a Hindu Canadian, our question is the same thing with the local authority. If they give a permission on the freedom of speech to protesters, then why they give nearby the gate of the temple? Because usually they give a permission for any kind of protest on other side of the road or a little bit far, so there is no community clash happen for any
Who was
any
protesting? No, Naresh ji, who was protesting? What was the protest about?
It's a Khalistani people. They are protesting because there is an Indian consulate camp going on and serving the all kind of Indian pensioner, including Sikh, Hindu, inside the temple.
So these are pensioners from the Indian government, people who are receiving pension from the Indian government.
Yes, yeah. So they need every year they need a certificate like they are live
Yeah,
certificate.
Of course. And it happens around November in the year. I'm aware of that.
Yes.
Then?
Yeah. And one thing I want to share now, it is only happening to Indian Hindu temple. There are many Bangladeshi Hindu temple. There are Nepali Hindu temple. There are Sri Lankan Hindu temple, Guyanese Hindu temple. So my question to our local authority, why they're not taking step is particularly Indian Hindu temple they are targeting. So I want to say like not a single religious place supposed to be targeted like that, but why only Indian Hindu temple? If government to government, there's conflict going on.
So there was a protest, but when did it become physical? I mean, at some point, can I run the raw footage and not the packaged footage, please? I want to show the visuals of when the Hindus were targeted by the Khalistanis. What happened then?
Yeah, so as per the footage...
And can I run the footage with its ambience also? I'll tell my production team, because what we need to hear is the shrieks among the Hindu community. This is packaged visuals. Yeah. No, this is a very small clip, Sharat. You'll have to get the entire footage out, not treat it, and then run it on air. Thank you, Sharat. Yes, please. Can you continue? When we have the raw footage, I'll come back.
Yes.
I was just telling my producer something. Yeah.
What happened, like there is a protester outside of the temple, and there is a Diwali season actually. It's a festival season, so hundreds of thousands of devotees inside the temple. And there is a camp going on also, and as I mentioned, there are all community people who are willing to get a certificate, including Sikh, Hindu, Muslim. They are inside the temple for certification. So there are slogans going on from outside against temple, against Hindu, and against India, I believe. So what happened is they shouting a lot, and they are aggressively doing the action on the door of the temple on the Diwali time. And then they come inside. If you see the footage, they come inside, they attack the people, they attack the children, women. And
but why were Hindus targeted? If this violence was by Sikhs, why was the Canadian police targeting the Hindus?
It's a Hinduphobia. I say in one word, it's a real Hinduphobia, and it's a real big disappointing for all Canadian Hindu right now we are feeling. It's a real Hinduphobia. And all three levels of government are failed to protect the Hindu community, protect the Hindu Canadian, and protect one of the biggest taxpayer density-wise as a community, as a business people, professional in Canada.
Viewers, I'd like to get in Ambassador Deepak Vora on this. The pictures are very shocking out here. And we need to keep this in perspective, because when we speak about Hinduphobia, we are told it's fiction. But Hindus are facing threats across the globe. In Canada, the situation is particularly grim because of the aggression of these Khalistani groups out there. Is it open war now with the Hindu community in Canada? And are the Hindu community being targeted for the failure of Justin Trudeau to provide any evidence in the Nijjar case?
Thank you very much, sir. Always an honor and a privilege, and thank you for the introduction that you gave. That's what makes you so unique. There's none who can match you. Thank you. Being on Republic TV is always a pleasure. Sir, I've lived in that area for a long time. I go there regularly. Let me put it across to you like this, that the Hindu-Indian community, whether in the United States or in Canada or in England or in Europe or in Africa, they're doing extremely well. They're in the highest income percentiles. They are highly educated, and they now exercise a fair amount of political influence in the United States, in particular in Britain and Canada. Britain even had a Hindu as its prime minister. This upsets a lot of people. May I call it the Hindu Renaissance? And they would then like to play their cards. As our colleague from Canada has mentioned, that even the police, they had obviously been briefed about this, that don't touch his darlings, the terrorists who claim to be Khalistanis, but hit the other guys. Otherwise, the cops would not dare to do such a thing. May I also add at this point of time, sir, why is Trudeau doing what he's doing? I see there are three possible explanations, and I'm not being facetious. One is a medical explanation. He's twice had COVID, and that produces what is called long COVID. I'm sure you know about it. It induces encephalopathy, which is altered brain function. He has quite literally lost his mind. He's incapable of rational thinking. Second reason he's behaving like this is he believes that if he mollycoddles some of the minority parties who are extremists, he'll be able to complete 5 years in Parliament and therefore earn his pension, which is the Canadian law. And the third reason he's behaving like this is that he wants to draw international attention to himself. What is Canada's problem? A very large country with a small mindset. It wants to sit at the high table. His father begged and pleaded and got into the group of seven. They wangled their way into NATO. He does not have the wherewithal to be a great power, which is he has a demographic deficit. He doesn't have military strength. His economy is tanking. So he keeps talking about we'll consult with our allies, we'll do this, we'll do that. These are the three reasons basically why this man should do a favor to mankind and leave his country. He can go seek asylum in Pakistan or North Korea, or wherever he wants. He has damaged Canada's relationships, even apart from the Hindu community, with the rest of the world, the great powers. He mocked Donald Trump, who's going to be the next president, as per predictions. He mocked him twice at a G7 meeting and at a NATO summit. One was in Quebec, the other was in London. He has spoiled his relationship with Russia by abusing Vladimir Putin for no reason. Sir, you might recall 2 years ago at the Bali G20 summit, the Chinese president caught hold of this guy in the corridor and berated him for leaking details of their private conversation to the Canadian media. And Trudeau was looking like a schoolboy being beaten with a whip by the school headmaster. I mean, he was looking terribly uncomfortable. So now he goes and spoils his relationship with us. He's also messed up his relationship with Israel because apparently Islamic radicals in Canada, and so I've been told by very reliable people, are being encouraged to burn and attack synagogues. This man wants to leave Canada a mess. I wonder if he's a friend of his country, he's loyal to his country, or he's its greatest enemy. I have no idea at this point of time. So may I just simply conclude by saying that the more we go ahead, the more the Hindu community prospers across the world, the greater will be the angst from those who think that we are very docile, deferential, diffident people. No, sir. India is now Bharat. Sir, you know this better than I do. We give back better than we get. We don't turn the other cheek. We smash the fellow's face. This is the new India.
But today, having lived there, you see the pictures. Wouldn't Hindus be very, very insecure?
Of course they would.
And
But
what
sir,
would
some
their
of the
alternative
Hindus-
be? Can we leave them high and dry? Do we not have a moral responsibility as the only large country in the world with a predominantly Hindu population? We are the base of the Hindu civilization. Can we say this is an internal issue that Hindus are getting battered in Canada?
Not at all, sir. Wherever Indians have been in trouble, whether it was in Ukraine or it was in Libya or it was in Sudan or in South Sudan or wherever, or Lebanon, we have reached out. Mother India, sir, we call her Bharat Ma. She reaches out to bring her children back home. We are the only
So
country
what can
in the
we do
world
then?
I would tell you, sir. May I recommend to you, sir, and again, I'm not speaking on behalf of my ministry or the government, but this is what I would do. I would use what is called the quadruple lock. The first thing would be to absolutely stop visas for Canadian officials and for Canadians, except those coming for medical treatment. And thousands of them come to India because our medical treatment is the best in the universe and the most economical. The second lock would be to prohibit Canadian companies from participating in any tenders in India. Kick them on the stomach, sir, and it hurts. What did Bill Clinton say during his election? It's the economy is stupid. The third thing that I would do is encourage Indian students not to go to Canada because they spend $8, $10, $12 billion giving money to Canadian universities. And the fourth, the quadruplest of the locks would be to work with like-minded countries and officially declare Canada a state sponsor of terrorism.
While our guests continue to be on screen, on the right-hand side, where we have the visuals playing now, I would like to play the raw footage of the attack on the Hindu community in Brampton, Canada. And viewers, some of these visuals are very disturbing, but I'd like to say this has become the norm everywhere. Anti-Hindu hate crimes reported from across Canada becoming the norm. Can we play the video, please, with audio?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, ouch, ouch, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, ouch, ouch.
You see, this is the reality. This is the reality that will not become the subject of a PhD thesis in any American or Canadian university. This is the reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't want violence against any community, but if there was to be an attack on a mosque in a way that there is an attack on a temple, what would have been the global headlines across the world, Pulla? Let's think. The thing is that Hindus are being told repeatedly, part of your culture is to continue to be happy getting slapped, targeted and beaten. Because there are people like Pulla Rao in India, if we speak about this in order to defend the DMK, which is anti-Hindu party, and to defend the Congress and the India Alliance, will say you're making it all up. We are not making it up. This is the reality. Had there been such an attack on a mosque anywhere in the world, what would have happened by now?
I object to what you just said. You did the preamble, it's all wrong. I absolutely condemn this violence. And it's very heinous, and we are as much proud of any Hindu there as anybody else. I just want to ask the Honorable Ambassador, should not the embassy have taken some safeguards? I mean, it is a camp conducted by the embassy. Don't they have some sanctity there? Don't they ask for, I'm asking this in ignorance. I'm asking you, should they not ask for security? They know Brampton is a very volatile place. Mr. Trustee is also there.
Sir, please inform yourself. Sir, please see the statement by my ministry. We asked for security. They didn't provide it, sir, in adequate measure. Please be well informed before making a comment. Secondly, sir, I do not have a military in the diplomatic mission, in the High Commission to protect my people. It's not done. We depend on the locals. Sir, please, I've been in diplomacy 51 years and counting. I've been ambassador to 6 countries. We ask the local government to provide us the protection. They do it all the time, but here it was deliberately not done. For electoral gains or for whatever reasons this.
Mr. Deepa,
may I complete what I'm saying, sir?
You may not have anticipated this. You're an experienced person.
I didn't interrupt you, sir. Please permit me to complete
Please let him speak, sir. The gentleman has more years in diplomacy than I have been on this earth. I would still request him to complete his point there, sir, because he's speaking out of concern. He's not trying to show that he knows more than anyone else. But we are in a fix now as far as the Hindu community across the world is in trouble. Let's accept it. Yes, please. Nade.
All I wanted to say about this, sir, is that we, as a diplomatic mission, we work within the limits of international conventions and what we call international law. We would not go around beating up the Sikh extremists, although the Chinese keep doing it with their own dissidents. We don't do it. We're a law-abiding, law-respecting country. But the one thing that I've seen change, and so I'll just conclude, because of social media and because of channels like yours, and I compliment you with total sincerity, sir, that today across the world, the largest diaspora in the world, the Indian diaspora, some 30 million, is getting together as never before. And I'm hearing voices saying that what Canada is doing is totally unacceptable. As Yogi Adityanath ji said, cutting, what is it?
Batenge to katenge. Ek rahenge to nek rahenge, surakshit rahenge. Ek rahenge to safe rahenge.
And my mother used to tell me, sir, whenever my elder brother and I were going to some unknown place, she said, go together. Ek akela hota hai, do 11 hote hain. And this is what I think the message is going across on social media. I've been seeing it to Hindus, to Indians across the world. Get together now and show them your power. I think this is one of the unintended consequences of what this buffoon, Dustbin Trudeau.
Naresh Kumar Chawda wants to say something here. Yes, Naresh.
Yes. So I want to say, with due respect, this list of the consulate camp is already in public. So what happened? Let me tell you upfront, as a Canadian Hindu and Indian origin, that list, before 1 month, there is a camp in Gurudwara, nothing happened. Why only Indian Hindu temple? So I'm not agree with the gentleman over here. And second thing, for us as a Canadian Hindu, step out from the issue, not a solution. We will stay over here, we'll work over here. Culture is a borderless and value are timeless for us also. So all Hindu will be come forward in Canada. And as a gentleman, our co-colleagues told actually, Hindu are more united, and we will strongly condemn this kind of violence for happen with Hindu or any other community. And we will take a step. We will take a social step. We will take a political step, and we will take as a community, as a strong cultural step too. We need to visualize there our culture and our values, and we are doing.
And a part of this, I'm saying to Pulla that please understand, Pulla, the threats are also on Hindus in India. Think today of the number of times there have been violence during Durga Puja immersions. Think of the number of times in which Ganesh pandals have been targeted. Think of how constantly Hindus are told, don't go near a sensitive area, which means don't go near a Muslim-dominated area. Think about the Hindus killed during the Ram Navami processions in West Bengal. Right? Think about the targeted attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. Think about the 20 temples that were vandalized in Bangladesh.
We're very happy. One is very happy that Donald Trump...
Think about Hindu teachers forced to resign. It's not about Donald Trump, it's also about people like you in India.
No.
Apologies for the DMK.
We want the government to be intelligently capable, not waste its time. They should know how to handle these situations.
No, these Khalistanis will be very happy with the position of Stalin.
No, text defections. Nobody wants violence.
No, don't make hatred towards Hindus into a political weapon.
No, nobody.
You have done it. DMK has done it. You have done it. You have done it, and people have become emboldened in Canada because they see people like you and what you do.
We applaud Donald Trump taking up the cause of Hindus in Bangladesh when our government didn't.
But you didn't answer my question. What if any other religion's holy place had been targeted the way this is happening?
That is their business. That is their militancy. That's their business. We're not here to speak for others. I wish our government would be a little more strong. That's what we are saying. That's what I've heard all over.
Strong?
The government is absent. The government is absent. The government is nowhere. The government should have taken steps. Would the Chinese government have allowed this to happen to Chinese citizens in Singapore, Indonesia? They would have taken very severe action. They would have taken action. There's not a voice, not a sound. Why shouldn't the government of India withdraw our ambassador, close it completely, take steps, and do what this ambassador has just suggested, that Mr. Deepak
Are you not aware that we have already withdrawn our ambassador?
Oh, you have withdrawn the ambassador. You cut off relations. You go to the next step. What the ambassador has just suggested, the quadruple lock. Why are they doing it? Why isn't the foreign minister taking severe action on this? They should boycott Canadian. Why are they not doing it? Why are they blaming on Tom Harry? We also know the diplomatic protocol. We know step by step you go. You know the standstill agreements. I don't see action from the government of India. It's the government of India which should take an action, step on it. Even on Bangladesh, it was a very meek statement. It took Donald Trump to raise their issue. Everybody applauded Donald Trump in this country. I look forward to what the ambassador has said. That should be done. Why are they doing it? Why are they allowed to go around here? You show your anger. That's what the Chinese would have done. Have a right ambassadors up. Would the Chinese have allowed this to happen? You know what happened in Indonesia when the Chinese were attacked?
He's baiting you. You may as well reply.
Malaysia. You know what happens in Malaysia when the Chinese are attacked? Tell me if I'm wrong, I'll accept it. The Chinese government will not sit by it. The Indian government is nowhere. They should take the next step. They should burn the bridges and go ahead and tell Canada this is what you can't do to anyone.
I've served as your deputy.
Says Pulla Rao, who is from the party and backs the party, which says Hindus are like malaria and dengue.
I'm not from that party or this party. I have views.
You are an apologist for that party, sir.
Oh, baby, I'm an apologist for India. I have asked you, why has the government kept quiet? Why has the government not taken the second step? The Indian Canadian ambassador has not been called to, or the representative has not been called to South Block yesterday, today? Should I call him?
He has been.
Should I show
He was summoned.
Please tell me.
He was summoned, sir. He was handed a very strong note. Sir, let me put it to you.
You yourself said the next step should be taken.
Sir, that is my personal opinion. Sir, may I just...
Is there something diplomatic in it? Is there some great diplomatic strategy in it? I fail to see it. India can't take direct action. India should take direct action. When you feel such issues come up, they're not doing it. I definitely agree with you. I agree with you, Your Excellency, what you have said. But I only say you go a little further also. You have said the right things. Why are they not doing it? Of course, you have to defend your own ministry. I respect that. But they're not doing it. They're just waving this off and letting people like our friend here suffer. They're very brave, I agree with you. And no point saying some Indians are like that, some Indians are like this. They should take the next step, what you have suggested. The quadruple lock. They're not doing it. You said a strong note. Who reads it? So I think you agree with me. And I'm very happy
for
to
30% Tamil Hindu from you? There are 30% Tamil Hindu, strong Tamil Hindu in Canada.
They
are also suffering.
The government of India should act. We respect you. You're a brave person. The government of India has not acted enough. Please tell me. They could have done more. Would the Chinese government allow this to happen? I don't think so. Will other governments allow? They won't. They will take very serious action. They will.
It is quite clear to me, and Deepak will reply, please don't reiterate your point, that the Canadian government wants to strong-arm Hindus and appear to be very forgiving towards Khalistanis, because for them, Khalistanis are politically more important. So if Khalistanis attack a temple, it's perfectly all right for Justin Trudeau or for any Canadian state government. But if Hindus protest against the attack, they must be beaten and strong-armed and arrested. That's how unfair it is. Deepak, would you like to reply, Deepakji? Deepakji, would you like to reply to that long response from Pulla Rao?
One small point.
Thank you. Pulla Rao, let him reply to you, please.
Deepakji, one small question.
No, sir, you made some reference to what the Chinese would do and what they did in Malaysia. I served as your Deputy High Commissioner, sir. I think you've confused Malaysia and Singapore. There were attacks on the Chinese community in Singapore, and then the Federation of Malaysia expelled... Let me complete what I'm saying, sir. I've served in that country, sir. And then Singapore was expelled from the Malay Federation and became an independent country. Now, that is the reality of what happened. There's been no violence against the Chinese in Malaysia, sir. There was a civil war going on in Indonesia. That was also sorted out. There hasn't been targeted violence against the Chinese. Finally, sir, your issue about the point that you have raised about what we should do and about our colleague from Canada who's here. I find that Robert Merton's law of unintended consequences has really kicked in. The Indian community across the globe is now very concerned and aware of what is going on. Thanks to channels like Republic, thanks to the social media. And I think this coming together is something that is very, very welcome, because more and more, there are a number of Indian people in very strong positions in Latin America, in Africa and so on. They might just pressure their governments to put sanctions on Canada as a state sponsor of terrorism. If that happens, I wonder where Justin Trudeau will hide. And sir, I'm not saying that this is something a million years away. This could happen very, very quickly if this guy doesn't behave.
And I also want to say here that I condemn Indian channels who are saying this is Hindus versus Sikhs.
No.
I am really ashamed of some channels who today are saying there is an attempt to create Sikhs versus Hindus and Hindus versus Sikhs. It is so wrong for two reasons. One, the Khalistanis do not represent all Sikhs. Secondly, Hindus are the victims here. They're not attacking anyone. So there's an attempt at creating an equivalence. Those channels have an agenda, and those channels are targeting Hindus deliberately. I thank you all very much for that illuminating discussion. And to Hindus in Canada, I would say, hang in there, use every legitimate and legal way to protest, and don't give in to any form of injustice. Now there's been a controversy again in the Abhay